Run podcast is Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the biggest running podcast in the galaxy. Yes, you are here for the Long Run Show. This is live, people. We are recording this live. We are the only running podcast that is stupid enough to record their podcast live and then put it out with no editing. Yep, that's us, people. So welcome. We look at this. We've got a packed team tonight. And guess what? We're going to have more on the show later because we've got a special guest coming later for a very special occasion. I'll come on to that in just a second. So on the panel tonight, we've got me being a hero in my Leeds Rhinos top. Come on, the Rhinos. We've got Jatila down there. We've got our guest, Chris. He's up there in the corner. Benny Boy's here, directing air traffic control. And Hayden the Hobbit's up there in the Shire somewhere. And we'll come on to them in just a minute. We've got to give a shout out, firstly, to our sponsors at Skechers. Get over to skechers.co.uk. You're welcome, everybody. I think they've just about recovered from us banging out their store a couple of weeks ago. And that video drops on Sunday, by the way, if you want to watch that. And 200 people tearing around London causing complete and utter chaos. That comes out on Sunday. I'm going to thank Start Fitness because I just like the people there. Startfitness.co.uk. Use the code FORDY runs to get 10% off. And I've totally forgot this, by the way. I don't know if any of you people have used Start Fitness, but they give away socks every time you buy. You're all nodding. Like, yeah. I didn't realise they did that the whole time. But yeah, you get a pair of socks every time you buy a pair, and those socks, I'm wearing a pair now. They're so comfortable. Chris, have you tried the socks from Start Fitness?
Yeah, my trainers came with them, yeah.
Hero. Right, yeah, so get over to there, smash that out. What else? So tonight, we're going to be doing multiple different things. Most importantly, we're going to be talking to Chris and his London Marathon journey, his London Marathon story. We're going to be talking about the charity that he's going for. We're going to be talking about everything around Chris in his life. We're going to be telling you that story and how the London Marathon is more than those 26.2 miles. And that's a great story. We're also going to be talking about the ballots that have come out this week. I'm on strict instructions to keep my mouth shut, but I will do my best to get away with not getting myself into trouble. Admin, I'm just putting out the front end that I've noted what you said to me, so I'm trying to be good. They're all looking nervous, by the way, which is good. And also then we're going to be doing a small thing at the end of the show. We're going to be giving away some London Marathon places, which is awesome. So hopefully if you're put your name down to be in this draw, you're now watching live. If you didn't, then you're not going to know that your name's going to get pulled out. So we've got somebody later going to be joining us who's going to be drawing this out, which is going to be pretty awesome because it's going to be live and there's going to be two people who are going to be told they're going to be running the London Marathon in 2024, which again, I think is a world's first. Hayden, is this the world's first?
I've never heard of it before, so yeah, I'll go with that. World's first.
Jatila, do you know any podcasts that give out London Marathon places live on air?
Absolutely not. There's only one and one only.
There we go. And Ben, what about you? I know you're busy directing Heathrow Airport traffic at the moment.
I am. It's very busy tonight.
Where are you, by the way? It's really dark. Where are you?
I've got like 3 lights on me, but I can't blind any pilots coming in.
No, that's true. Oh, pilots. Oh, hang on. Let's move on. Today. Let's move on. I can't handle pilots as well, Ben. We talk about that in the morning. Right. So, Hayden. Oh, actually, hang on. No, I've got to do something else before we start. Thanks to everybody who's joining us live. Okay. Now, I appreciate some of you may be tuning in this for the first time because you're here for the London Marathon ballot and you're thinking, what the hell is this? Okay. So this is a live show, live on the 40 Runs YouTube channel. We are recording this as a podcast. So thank you very much if you're listening to this back as a podcast. We've got you all here in the chat. Now, you can comment and discuss anything you want in there. You can talk about the 747 that's flying low over your house because Ben hasn't told them what to do. Or you can talk about how hairy Hayden's feet are. Or the fact that it doesn't look like Jatila's got the heating on. You can discuss anything in that chat box. We don't care, right? But we will be coming to you all through the show. So put something in there, some questions. If you want to get involved in the discussion tonight, if you just want to say how awesome my Leeds Rhinos top looks, that's all good. I'll tell you what we must discuss, actually. I've just thought about this. Did everyone see what Kevin did this week?
Unbelievable. That bloke, literally, can he do anything wrong? He's just like, he's got to be everyone's hero. He's just incredible.
So if you didn't know, Kev did 7 ultras in 7 days. I mean, and we've got to give a shout. It's not mine. It's MND, isn't it? The charity. So it's unbelievable what he's raising. Go over to the Leeds Rhinos Instagram page, and you can support the stuff that he's doing around that charity. Rob Burrows, everything wrapped around that. But I think just to see what he's done this week again, it blows your mind. Jatila, would you ever do an ultra marathon?
I actually would love to. I'm such a go-getter. I would definitely give it a go. I'd want to find a good one, good location, maybe tie it in with a holiday, but I definitely wouldn't say no. Why not?
Chris, would you now, because I know we'll come on to you, but you've done London and stuff, would you do an ultra?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah, I'd love it. Yeah. Just challenge, isn't it?
Ben?
I mean, you can eat basically the whole way round, so yeah, why not?
Aidan, you're too old. There's no point talking to you about it.
Yeah,
Way too old to do an ultra. I don't think you'd get the insurance to do it, to be perfectly honest. So, yes, big love to Leeds Rhinos, MND, and Kev, and everybody who's done that. That's just, well, it's just incredible, really. Yes, this week we've had the ballots come out for Berlin, Chicago. So again, let us know in the chat comment thing if you're watching this live. I know we're going to be we're doing our own ballot tonight, which is why we want to talk about this at the front end. Did you go for Chicago? Did you go for Berlin? I know it's not the end of the world for everybody about these major marathons, but it seems that the sort of the uptake of this stuff has gone bananas. People have gone mental for these world majors. Why do you think that is, Jatila?
Well, I feel like the hype has just been incredible. And I think, especially off the back end of last year, we've had so many people performing, whether it's their first or, for example, Hayden, massive inspiration to probably every single person that he comes across, getting his 6th star. Like, let's obviously hope with Sydney now in the next stages that we might need to reassess that, but we'll see. But it's a massive hype. And I think there's nothing else but just positivity that comes from them. Like, wherever you perform, it's your first, your last, your second, your third. It's a huge achievement, and I think we're all starting to really understand just how incredible it is to support others and be there for others, and be there whether you're in a satellite group where you don't actually meet each other or you're doing things virtually. Like, to come together and support someone to do something like that, I think over the last year it's been next to none. So I feel like a lot of people now are starting to think, you know what, maybe that could be a goal for me. Like, maybe it could be something that I could dabble into, because it's definitely hyped me up. I applied for 3 this year, for example. Crazy, but it was just the hype. If you don't get into all of them, you can pick your selected ones. But super exciting, and it puts you in good stead to just try something new and meet new people as well. I've met so many people that are training for these marathons and traveling over with them, that it's incredible. It's not just a run, it's a community, and it's like a family. So I love it.
Yeah, it is interesting to see the sort of take up of it all. I mean, we're going to talk a lot. It's a good plug, actually. We're going to the national running, because the thing come out this week. The list of I was going to say stalkers, but talkers. The list of stalkers who are going to be there. We're going to be on Saturday. I'm going to get this wrong again. Is it 11 o'clock? Thank you. I was looking for admin. She's not here. So it's 11 o'clock on Saturday, and we're going to be talking about, can everyday runners do the world majors, right? Because these things were, I'd say a few years ago, it's a fly in here. There's a few years ago, were like on a pedestal, out of people's reach. But now, I think post-pandemic, they've come a little bit closer. So we're not going to talk too much about that. We're going to focus a little bit more on the ballots. So, Ben, was you in the ballots this week? Did you get on well, badly, good?
50% success, I'd say. So Berlin, I didn't get, and then immediately I'd already pre-registered with Sports Tour, and so booked my place for that. And then I was sat at work yesterday afternoon, and just happened to glance at my phone. I was like, oh, I got into Chicago as well. So pretty much a repeat of this year, right? Berlin, 2 weeks later, Chicago.
Hero.
So I immediately text Tracy and was like, make sure your passport's up to date, because she's doing the major spectating. You know,
yeah, she's going like me. Obviously, I've got the 6 t-shirt majors. She's now doing the 6 supporting majors, which I think is just as good. Hopefully, she'll go to Australia. Chris, have you got aspirations or anything to go and do some of these big marathons around the world, or half marathons?
I do think so. Yeah, obviously I'm just focusing on London at the moment, but yeah, I'm pretty inspired and definitely interested in doing ones in different countries.
It's pretty unique. Well, there's no point doing Hayden. He's done 6 of them. It's quite boring.
Yeah, does it get boring?
Never gets boring. Never gets boring. Why would it get bored? I think actually I had a conversation with Chris during the week, and I don't know. Say I lost my mojo a bit. I've got into that thing, and I know it's wrong, and most people are going to shoot me down. But I've got into that thing where world majors are just not everything to me. They're just a pinnacle of running. When people are saying to me about, I'm going to go and do this 10K race and that, and I'm just thinking in the back of my mind, I'd like to get into Berlin. I'd like to get into Chicago. I think you can become obsessed with it, and I sort of have to get myself out of that mode. But I think they're just so up there. And the answer to your question, Chris, is almost like, why have they become so big? I think social media has got a big part to play with this. Because before now, you're seeing people like yourself going around with GoPros, filming world major marathons, or people taking pictures. Everyone's seeing everyone getting together and having this fun and thinking, do you know what? People like Marissa, people look at Marissa and think, she's an everyday runner. Do you know what? I can do this. And they actually physically see her crossing the line, seeing the pictures, and they think, I'll have a go at this. And that's why the access has opened up to everyone. And that's why I think it's gone bonkers and why everyone's entering all these ballots. Why not?
I do think there is a big downside to all this.
Be careful.
And I'm going to tread very carefully. I did notice this week that I think, and a few people have, and rightly so, have not taken up to go and do these because of the prices the increases that have been seen across the board. I would say that's probably fair. Throughout the travel companies and things, that for people who haven't got in, there's been a substantial, I would say, price increase from what I've heard from people that's put people off. We've seen it. I mean, he's not here, Wilco. He wanted to do Berlin. I mean, he'll say it himself. He's now going to do. Ben, is he doing Stevenage?
I think he is. Yeah,
it's just Stevenage Marathon. What a legend! But I think it's the prices are starting to get a little bit Trumpy. So I want to temper all that and say, is this now becoming a money-making scheme? You know, is it getting to the point where now greed's taking over and it's becoming more commercial? It's less about the running and it's more about, and again, I'm pot kettle, okay? Right, I'm putting that out there, but shakeout runs, brand things, you know, bomb this, influencers. And again, I'm in this category, right? So I'm shooting myself down, okay? But just taking a step back, is it all that, like you say, social media, marketing? Oh, let's take the mickey on the price of a coat, 150 quid. It's daylight robbery. Price of socks with Berlin written on them. Hotels that are, a little bit too Trumpy. That, you know what I mean? All that, even flights, all that sort of stuff. Is it getting a little bit out of control?
Yeah, sure. The answer to that is really easy. And the answer is yes. But why there's always people like you referred to us as idiots that are going to do this and pay the money and go in for it. There's always going to be someone there to not take advantage, but it's commercial. It's become commercialized. It's a business. It's a big business. They've realized different ways. And as you said, it's not just making the money on the marathon. It's on the merchandise. It's on the extra shakeout runs. It's on, even with the marathons, the extra bag drop, paying for a T-shirt, it has got absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know if it's less. What I would say to everybody as we move on, because we've got loads to do. By the way, if you're joining us now, good evening, everybody. We are going to be talking about a couple of things tonight. We're going to be talking about the London Marathon and Chris's journey and why it's more than 26.2 miles. But also we're going to be doing a live draw later on in the show for 2 London Marathon places. So just stick around for that. But yeah, I just think that the last thing I'll say on it is that I just think if you really want to do it, maybe go and get a charity place. I know, so for example, like, whether it's Chicago, but Berlin, somebody in the Facebook group got a place, and I think it was like £800 for the charity. And probably by the time you've done that with a hotel, it's probably a little bit cheaper than probably some of the other stuff that's out there. And obviously, you're then giving money to a really good cause. Again, we'll talk about with Chris's charity in a bit. But do you see what I mean? I don't know. Maybe that's an option. So you're not giving all that money over to a corporate; it's going to a charity. That's only one thing I would say. You do if you want, but. Hopefully out of all this, the charities benefit a bit because the demand's there and maybe people don't want to necessarily pay what's being asked for and they go down the charity line. Hopefully the charities get some money out of it. I think that's That's probably all we need to say about that. Right. So, Hayden or Ben, one of you, Al's putting some stuff in the chat. Al's always got some useful stuff that he posts in the WhatsApp group for us that we like to read. Has he got anything? Has he found anything interesting this week before we get properly stuck in tonight?
Yeah, he's got a couple of stories. As you say, Al's great at this. He just finds these stories and just pops them up for everyone to have a look at. They range from Taylor Swift. Someone's started to realise she's running on a treadmill every day.
Taylor Swift's what? Hang on, hold tight. So go back again.
Yeah, Taylor Swift's running on a treadmill before her big concerts and stuff. Apparently she does her whole set, 180 minutes or something, and she literally jumps on the treadmill and she just runs for that whole time while the whole set's there and goes through it all before she goes on stage. So she's going to be Boston qualifying really soon, apparently.
Jatilla, are you a Taylor Swift fan?
I'm not. I'm going to be completely honest. I'm going to throw it out there. There's a few songs that I'll probably find myself singing along to when they're on, and then I realise it's Taylor Swift. But yeah, not like a diehard fan, unfortunately.
No. Ben?
I'm a bit too old for that.
What?
I'm a bit too old for that. I'm more of a Kylie fan.
I'm going to turn you up. I can't hear you. You're too busy directing traffic.
I am, sorry. Yeah, I'm more of a Kylie fan myself.
He's a Kylie. We didn't sing any Kylie in Berlin, did we?
No, we did ABBA.
Oh, we did ABBA, Heroes.
I mean, who wouldn't
Chris,
want to see
Taylor Swift fan? Now she's joined the 40 Rounds running community?
Not really, no.
Sure. I think we can turn her. So, Hayden, apart from Taylor Swift being part of 40 Runs now, what else is new?
Yeah, we've got this new thing in Singapore. It's this new pill that people are getting runners to take. I think it's been around for a while, but they're starting to do more trials at the moment, where basically it's this pill that you digest and take, and it gives you more readings. It can replace your sort of like your heart rate monitor and stuff. And it's giving you more precise readings of your body temperature and everything else going on inside. And then you pass it within 2 days. But is it a good idea?
What? No, hang on, stop. Say that.
This is truthful.
Is it like something out of a Total Recall? So
basically, yeah, exactly that.
You take a tablet.
Yep.
And it connects to your Garmin.
Yeah, well, it gives, So you take a tablet, it's inside your body, it's getting correct body temperature, heart rates. It can start detecting all sorts of health issues as well and everything. And they're going to have it. So it links up to your Samsung phone or your Samsung watch.
I ain't got Samsung.
Oh, at the moment, you'll be knackered, but I'm sure it won't be long before Garmin jumps on board with these sort of things. And you're going to get the most precise, accurate records you ever get. Rather than a dodgy heart rate reading, you're going to have something inside you giving you absolute 100% accuracy.
What's it taste of?
I haven't tried one yet, mate, so I'm not too sure. They might have different flavours.
I wouldn't mind if are they like jelly beans? Because you get with jelly beans, you get the girls have got the sour ones that says they're disgusting. But the jelly beans, you know the ones where you get all the different flavours? And they actually taste like the flavours.
But you've got to chew them to get the flavour taste. With this pill, if you start chewing it, I think you're in trouble. I think you just got to swallow this down whole.
How big is it?
I don't know. I just read the news article.
How much is it?
I'm not going to be the prototype in the UK if that's what you're asking.
Can't we? Well, I think they should select someone who's got 6 stars. I think that should be the thing. All right, you're slightly small. You've got, your tan to worry about. It might run off because of the things to do with the tablet. But I think they should trial it on you.
Do you? That's nice of you. That's nice.
Has he come up with anything else? Because I want to get into the comments, actually.
Let's get into the comments. There's loads of them here. Literally, tonight.
We've got a lot of people that are obviously talking about. Some people have been very lucky to get into Berlin. Gavin popped in saying that he was successful in Berlin, which is fantastic. We've got quite a few people that have entered through to Chicago. We've got also... We've got someone that's put Berlin, no. Chicago, no. Oh, I didn't enter. I mean, I love the honesty.
I'll tell you a funny story.
There was also someone that's commented on your T-shirt, Chris.
What about?
Is there going to be a Leeds satellite or a Leeds Rhinos top available? They need to know for Christmas.
Hang on, say that again. Is there a Leeds satellite group?
Yeah.
No, a Leeds satellite top.
Oh, yeah, no. The Leeds satellite top, you've got to wait for that one.
And a satellite group.
There is a satellite group, yeah. There is a satellite group. It meets at the AMT Headingley Stadium in partnership with the Leeds Rhinos. Meets on 6:30 every Wednesday. Tony and Lloyd up there giving out the best sessions, and they're just a friendly, super bunch of people. Get along. It's on the website. You can book on. It's free to come along. It's awesome. You get to run around and be a rhino for the night, and it's just amazing. So 100% get on 40runs.com. All the information is on there. Or drop us an email, hello@40runs.com, and we will sort you out big time. Hayden, there was a couple of satellite new ones starting. I've forgotten. What were they?
Yeah, we've got a few new satellites starting. Well, some went out for a trial run this week. The others are going out next week. We've got one. If you're in these areas, definitely get in touch. We've got one in Chelmsford. We've got one in Camberley. We have got one in Staines.
Chelmsford or Cheltenham?
Sorry, keep getting these mixed up. My UK geography. Cheltenham is correct. Staines. Well, not Staines either. Staines upon Thames. Sounds posher. And the other one is in Pattrington, I believe it is, up by Hull. So if you're in any of them areas, please drop us an email, go on the website, get in touch, and you will not regret it.
Yeah, 100% get in touch about the old satellite groups. I was going to say something else. Oh yeah, that was it. Funny story. Then we're definitely moving on to Chris. This week when the ballots come out, I didn't realise I thought I wasn't sure if I'd actually entered for Chicago. I rang Hayden up. I said because everyone Ben had heard, right, and I was like, I ain't heard nothing. And then he went, "Are you sure you entered?" And I went, "Oh no, I don't know whether I have." And I genuinely didn't think I'd entered, so I had to go through. I had to reset my password. You know, when you forget your login for anything, it's like proper rigmarole. And then I found out I was registered, and then didn't get a place. So by the time I'd done all that, I'd got told I ain't got a place. So that was a complete waste of time. But yeah, so there we go. So interesting story. Right, okay. So let's move on, people, because again, we've got a packed show. We've got to do the live ballot draw later on. We're going to do that in about, I don't know, something like 20 minutes or something like that.
Chris, I'm going to be really rude, just buying for you for 1 second. You know I love doing it. Can I just say to everyone in the comments that is posting questions about shoes and shoe wear and tech, because there is a load there, and it's brilliant you're getting in touch. Your best bet, though, is 8 o'clock, Monday night. Get involved with Bite Size, which is a smaller version of this, with Chris, on the same channel, and he will answer every single one of these questions personally, won't you?
Yeah, if you're looking for shoes, but on a Monday, I hang out with anybody who turn up. I'll even sit there and talk to Paddy. At 8 o'clock live on a Monday, we talk about shoes, kit, football, whatever you want to talk about, really, coaching questions, whatever it is. 8 o'clock live on a Monday. I'm there with my mates, hanging out. If you've got any shoe questions or anything like that, come and join us at 8 o'clock live. And we did a really good show last week with Thomas from Believe in the Run. If you're interested in shoes that are coming out 2024, check that bad boy out. Right, so we was moving on because we want to talk to Chris, because Chris has joined us tonight. Now, hello. Chris, tell the viewers, firstly, a little bit about yourself, and then we're going to come on to your story.
Yeah, so I'm Chris. I'm 32 years old. Come from Stevenage. I live in Stevenage. And, I unfortunately recently became a widow, I suppose. I lost my wife at the age of 32 and she was 31. So, my story's pretty tough. But, hence why I want to get onto this and raise awareness and just share my story, just because
that's what we want to do today. So let's go back a few years, because it's, the London Marathon is pivotal, I would say. Would you say?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. It's plays a huge part in our lives. So.
Exactly. So take us back to 2019?
So 2015.
2015. Sorry, Chris.
Yeah, 2015. I ran London for the Royal Marsden Cancer Charity. They treated my dad before I was born. So I thought I actually got a ballot space that year, so I thought I can pick any charity. So I chose them. They helped out my dad. So trained for that, and I actually decided at the finish line to propose to Laura, who's my wife. So I was one of them people that proposed at the finish line.
How was that? What did you do?
Amazing.
Did you carry it with you or what?
No, my sister-in-law was involved. So I had the classic pictures with the family, like putting your arms around everyone, and she just passed it to me. And then I got down on one knee but couldn't get up. It was quite funny.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
So you literally just finished, and because you meet and all that stuff, didn't you?
Finished, went through like the little turnstiles, got through the gate, then I was like, see her, went pale grey, and everyone was like, "Oh, you need to cover up. You need to eat some jelly babies, get some sugar." I was like, "No, I need to do something." So I did it, and then I got covered up, almost passed out and everything. But no, it was amazing. It was such a surreal moment, and
was you
very
thinking
great.
About it the whole race.
I was going to say,
100%.
I don't know how I could have done that race. Chatilla, what you're sitting there going, yeah.
No, like, I was just thinking, like 26.2 miles to run itself, just by trying to get through, is enough. But to know that you're then probably making one of the biggest, like doing one of the biggest things that you'll ever do in your life at the end of that race. Most people are like, oh, done, let's go to the pub, let's get some good grub. Your day hadn't ended.
No, it was
done.
It was, it was crazy. But I think I did kind of get into a bit of a running zone where I almost forgot that I was going to be doing it. But then I got to about mile 20, 22, 23, and I was like, okay, yeah, you're getting close to it now. I was actually thinking, is she going to make it to the finish line? Is my sister-in-law going to make it to the finish line and be there? Otherwise, I'll just be there and be like, okay. There was something that was meant to happen here, but it's not.
So you got down on one knee.
Yeah.
She said
got
yes.
down on one knee. She said
then
yes.
What did you do? Then you just sort of crawled home.
Then I think I got on a bus. I don't think I had to pay, which was pretty good. We then went back to my parents and we had like a little bit of an engagement party, which was quite nice. But awesome. It was just surreal. Like there was police stood by it. There was just random people coming up and hugging us. And then like the Royal Marsden charity actually got hold of the video, posted it on their socials, and I think it got 107,000 views. And back in 2015, that was pretty big.
Yeah, because it's like back then, social media was probably just really starting going, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, it really was. It really was.
Wow. Okay, so then take us through the sort of the next stage, if you don't mind, of where you went.
So towards or near the finish, near the 2015 marathon, Laura's mum got diagnosed with breast cancer. So I then signed myself up. I think before I finished, I started planting seeds to run for Breast Cancer Now. So I ran the following year for Breast Cancer Now, which again was surreal. I didn't put as much pressure on my training that year. I didn't stop drinking, or I wasn't as committed, and my time was slower, but still did it. Still raised a phenomenal amount for the charity, which was ultimately the main reason. So and I completed it, which was
legend,
incredible. But bring it to a bit more recent. Next year I'll be running for Sarcoma UK, which you're right if I share a bit.
Yeah, I've caught 100%. You grow for this now.
Yeah, so in 2021 we were expecting our daughter, and she was born in January, on January 18th. 18th of January, yeah. So she was born, and then in the April, we found out that my wife had sarcoma cancer. But as my wife was, like Chris, you probably know, she was very strong-minded, and this wasn't going to defeat her, and she took everything on her chin. And so August, she had surgery, and we were cancer-free, rest of our lives to crack on with. And then April 2022, got told the cancer had returned. So I think Chris, actually on one of your podcasts, you actually mentioned Laura, because 1 month later, after being re-diagnosed, it caused a spinal cord compression and paralyzed her. So I think you actually mentioned, like, we all take it for granted. We get up every day, we go for our runs, and you just take, but literally within one night it was gone. And like, but again, her being her, completely powered through. She then having chemotherapy, all this type of stuff, whilst trying to get to grips with being paralyzed from the waist down, having to get used to carers coming in to sort her out, and all of this kind of stuff, all at the age of 30. But then we went for a few different chemotherapies, and in February we actually found out that the chemotherapy had stopped working, and this was just before her birthday, so her 31st birthday. So we got told we had a few short weeks to live. which was horrendous, and only I can really being in that room, because things with restrictions and everything was still quite tough in things. Being in that room and being told that you only got a couple of weeks to live was just horrible. And but she took them few short weeks and she made it 8 weeks, which was just surreal. And she's just inspired so many people. She inspired me. She inspired everyone. I'm literally hearing from people like most days saying about how she's just changed their whole view and like view on life. Like tomorrow's not guaranteed for anyone.
Yep.
And that's why you've just got to embrace everything.
Yeah.
Embrace everything. So so a bit of a backstory about Sarcoma UK.
Yeah, please.
So sarcoma is it's one of the rarer cancers. There are 100 different, or over 100 different subtypes of sarcoma, and they can basically show up anywhere in the body, and it's in the soft tissue, it can be in the bone, and basically with them, that early diagnosis is key to removing it from the body. The charity have actually told me like to just share a couple of symptoms, just because
brilliant, please do.
You never know someone. And so if anyone ever has like any lumps that grow rapidly or change shape or anything like that, any swelling or tenderness or pain around joints, bones, which might come and go, stomach pains, feeling sick, loss of appetite, any blood when you go to the toilet, or if you're sick. So if you have any kind of them symptoms, like you've just got to go to your GP. And there was something actually that I heard that it is a rare cancer, but quite a lot of GPs might not ever come in touch with someone who has a sarcoma, and like for that reason it's so important that like there's more awareness, because where it is a rare cancer, it's also quite unfunded, and they're desperate for people to shout out and people to run and challenge themselves to get this funding, just because they are raising the awareness. They've got a support line for patients and for families who are going through this like terrible time. There's like open Monday to Friday between 10 and 3 p.m. that anyone can call up and just get some help. And I for one can vouch for how important getting support in these situations are, because your mental health is very important. And like even recently I've been trying to help myself by doing things like the ice buckets, and I've got myself a Lumipod, and I've joined this group called Empowering Events, which we meet up every last Friday of the month and do like breath work, meditation, and jump in a river, like jump in the River Lee.
Wow! What, this time of year?
Yeah, we did it. Did it a couple of Fridays ago. Everyone else was going to a Christmas market, and we got into the river for I think it was around 7 minutes. I think we were in there. It was ridiculous. Trying to put your socks on afterwards was pretty funny.
Wow!
Can I ask you a question, Chris? So you haven't actually run a marathon since the passing of your wife, have you?
No, I did half a marathon. I did Nebworth half a couple of weeks ago.
I'm just thinking, how are you aware in yourself of how hard, how tough? Obviously, marathon running is incredibly difficult and incredibly emotional at the best of times. When you're in a position like you are, just hearing your story just breaks people's hearts, and you can hear the emotion. Running that marathon, how are you gonna prepare for that? That's going to be one tough day.
I have no idea, really. Like, honestly, no idea, because I did the Nebworth half, and I'm very open about everything. So I got to about mile 8 on Nebworth half, and someone ran past me and they were panting. And in this moment, it took me straight back to my wife's last breaths, which I have no idea how to prepare myself for that. And normally I've never ran with music ever. Just because, like, prepping for London, I wanted to be fully immersed with that atmosphere, and like, because it's the buzz, it's such an incredible run. But now I'm actually thinking, do I need to run with music to kind of like shield that a little bit, shield me from that. But at the same time, the atmosphere is going to be incredible, and as you say, it's just going to be an emotional day. It's going to be incredible.
It's going to be emotional.
Incredible. It's all for her. It's all for her upstairs.
Exactly. And nobody could put yourself in your shoes at all, right?
No.
But I hope the positivity of the crowd in London, the vibe, the amazing support, and the overwhelming love, right? I think will, at least at the start, help. I would say, yeah. And you're on a mission. That's the way I think. And again, I can't even begin to think about how that would feel for me. But I would be like, I think I'd probably be on a mission, right? To show everybody the T-shirt that I was wearing, to raise a credible awareness for a charity that needs awareness raised. And thank you for doing that, Chris, by the way, and speaking up about that. I think it's really important. But you're like an advertising board that day, right? So I would take it like that, and try and I know you will, but look at it. Again, it's very easy, but so bring that positivity and the awareness around it. I think will maybe help somehow. Maybe I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of. But as Hayden says, that no one can ever put themselves in your shoes in terms of what the emotion that's going to feel for you. I mean, but
I think in my head, like I kind of think the marathon is going to be my challenge, but then I see how she dealt with what she dealt with, and in the face of adversity she managed to still keep going, still managed to be an incredible wife to me, an incredible mum, and I can do it. I can do it. So like
and that's the thing, and that's the beauty of the London Marathon. It gives the platform, I think, Chris, for the charities like you just talked about, and your journey and what you're going to be bringing to that day, with so many other people, those runners that day, the supporters that day, the volunteers that day. I think the whole thing, I can't remember what the words they use. We run together or something like that. And it's genuine, actually. The London Marathon, I think, is very special in that regard, I would say, amongst the races, the running events in the world, or even sporting events in the world, to be fair. I think it is one of the most amazing things. If you ever get the chance to just go and watch it, it's an incredible sight to behold, where you see so many charity runners coming through, people dressed as, Giz holding a fridge on his back, and there's people dressed up in rhinos, and there's all that sort of thing going on. Everybody with their own journey, everybody running for their own reasons, and it's very, very powerful. And I think it's amazing. That's it. Thank you, Nettie. We run as one. It's incredible. And I think, Chris, hopefully that will, like as you say, Laurel will inspire you anyway on the day, right? Because, just kicking butt in general, right, for what she did. So that's going to be even more motivation. But I think hopefully that event will just give you that little bit more power when you need it, when you're in that dark moment. I would not wear headphones because I think the crowd would lift me. Yeah. And I think that's what would carry you. I mean, Ben, you remember when we did London, the crowd, they sort of pick you up, and don't they? They sort of carry you through those dark moments.
They do, and I think I'd probably echo that as what Chris is saying. I think if you've got the music there, and no one can imagine what you're going through there, but are you getting almost too much in your head, and you need the people around you to be, definitely get your name on your top, right? You need those people shouting for you, but they'll get you through. We've got the cheer squad out there. We'll be there cheering.
Oh yeah, cheer squad. You're going to be like a special guest at the cheer squad.
We'll all be looking out. We'll all be tracking you.
Are they giving you a special vest too? Or because I see the one you obviously got the T-shirt on now.
Yeah.
Got like a vest sort of thing. Yeah,
I've got the vests. Yeah. I've already got my name on it. It's going to have Chris, got for Laura, and then on the back, Laura's legacy. Legend. It's going to be amazing. As I said, I think, again, just to be absolutely clear, no one can ever put themselves in your shoes, Chris. But I think what you're doing in terms of inspiring people, the story, is tragic, but at the same time, you're trying to do something so positive about it now. The awareness around the charity and everything you're doing. I mean, it's just, I take my hat off. You truly are, mate. I'm not blind smart you are. It is inspiration. Can you just, because Nettie's just joined us, we're going to do this draw, right? And which is really topical because, it's for the London Marathon. We're going to be giving 2 club places away for London Marathon. And so they're going to be joining you on that start line. Where could people find out more information about the charity? So they can look at Sarcoma UK, like on all the social medias. I'm always tagging them in my stuff. So if you follow me, like,
what's your tag? Give that out.
At Chris Wellams.
Okay.
Have a look at that, and then Sarcoma UK. Just give them a Google, and you'll go straight to the website. Like, they do just some amazing events. They did a Santa run. I think it was last week. They did a Santa run. They're doing concerts leading up to Christmas.
Nice.
Christmas cards, all this kind of stuff that you can buy just to help. And I'm trying to organise a gala for next year, which Laura started to organise, which is actually going to be held at our wedding venue. So
okay. Okay, that's all good.
You don't do things by halves, do you?
You don't mess about this, boy. Good for you, Chris.
Top man.
Thank you. But yeah, just got to enjoy every day. That's like my lesson that I've taken from Laura, is that you don't know what's around the corner. So just, if you want to do it, do it.
Yeah. Cecilia, you was going to say something.
Yeah, I was just say you're just incredible, like such an inspiration, and the comments for you here are just
so much love.
Got so much love, going absolutely wild. I can only sort of take my hat off to you, and I'm 100% going to be following your journey all the way to that.
Can somebody follow you on Strava?
We've just had someone ask. Strava, can you share that with us so we can follow your journey as well?
Yeah.
Is it Chris? What is it, Chris Wellams?
I think it's Chris Wellams as well. Yeah.
Right, we'll get everyone start stalking him on Strava, please.
We're good at that.
Yeah, give it all the love.
As you've heard, my life's pretty complicated, so try and keep my username the same on everything.
Yeah, good. Get over there and let's all follow Chris tonight. If you're listening to this, I want everyone. I love it, Chris. When I give out Toby's, he goes nuts. I get a message on a Saturday morning. What have you said on the podcast? Because he'll get a full load of followers. Because Toby loves people following him on Strava, and he loves people commenting on his runs, doesn't he, Hayden?
Absolutely, 100%. Toby Frost, go and follow him.
He loves it. But remember, and also don't forget, he's now got messaging on his Strava, and he loves DMs on Strava. Don't he, Hayden? You said to me.
No, I think he prefers the DMs on Instagram, which is T3 things, I think. So
okay, so make sure you get him on. Ben, did he say to you about he likes being DM'd on Instagram?
Not getting involved in this.
Oh, yes. You're right. Look, let's bring Nettie in. There she is.
Nettie. There she is.
Nettie in the house. You right, Nettie? Let's turn you up, dear. You there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, just about. Slight delay, but that's okay. You've got 2 million people watching live, ready for this draw. Okay, so you're not under any pressure. What I reckon, Nettie, I've just had a brilliant idea, because I'm full of brilliant ideas. There's a chat box we've got, right? I'm going to put it there. If you don't mind, once you've read the name out, sticking it in the chat box as well. I'm just thinking, if we lose Wi-Fi, if Virgin Media crash, if everybody's too busy, smashing Strava to follow Chris, that they forget we're here, we can put it in there and we can reread it out to make sure that we get this right. Now, so the London Marathon ballot. Okay, people. So how this works. 40 Runs Running Club is an affiliated running club. It's actually the largest running club in the UK. I am not making that up. We are the biggest running club in the UK. We have over 30 satellite groups operating throughout the UK as well. It's probably more than that, Hayden. But we have a virtual group as well. We have a trail group. We have a community strong online. We have a community physically as well. We have communities within communities. The pivotal point of our club is ultra inclusivity with no barrier to entry. You can be a member of the 40 Runs Running Club for free. And you can be anywhere in the world. But you can also be an affiliated member here in the UK, in England, I think it's probably the best way to go, to England Athletics. And what that means is we are able, as a club, because of our size, to give out London Marathon places. Now, in their wisdom, TCS London Marathon events, or whatever you want to call them, decided to cut that number down. So this year, we are only able to give out 2 spots. Okay. Now, as a club, we're honoured to be able to do that. And as part of this, we want to be 100% transparent, as we always are. And we thought it'd be really awesome this year to do it live on the podcast. What could go wrong? So we asked, the club secretary sent out an email to all our affiliated members using the portal system. So it's not an email kind of thing, but it kind of is, but it's direct to you. So you're not going to get spammed. and you got the option to be involved in the draw or not. It's entirely up to you as an affiliated member. Now, people have replied back, and as they've come back in, there's been a manual process, bless her, of giving everybody a number. As you've replied back, you've been given a number next to your name. Now, that got closed off today, and those numbers were sent over with the names to Nettie. Now, Nettie's on our committee. She's our welfare officer. She's a hero. She's an absolute legend. Okay? So if you're in the club and you want to talk about stuff, speak to Nettie. She's one of our welfare officers. And I want to give the committee actually a big shout out because they don't get much love. So thank you to all those people on our committee. And yes, so she is our welfare officer, and she's going to be drawing out numbers. Now, Nettie is not in the ballot. Why is that, Nettie? We can't hear you.
Place.
I can't hear her. Caitlin, can you hear her?
Nettie got a good for age place, so she's taking that up rather than taking a club place up.
Yeah, no, we didn't hear your sound, so it's definitely going to have to type this bad boy in.
Okay.
So anyway, Nettie's not in there because she's good for age because she's an absolute legend. I'm not in the ballot. I always pull myself out of this ballot. I have done ever since the club was formed because I want to give other people the opportunity to take the spots. So I've never taken a spot, and I never will take a spot, despite obviously my involvement in the club. Just for transparency, as always, Hayden, are you in the ballot?
I am in the ballot, as is my wife, Louisa.
Okay. Ben, are you in the ballot?
I am in the ballot, yes.
Okay, Jatila, you're not an affiliate member. That's all good. Chris, you're not an affiliate member, are you?
No.
Good. Okay, so actually, it's lucky Jatila's not an affiliate member because she's going to be able to do our number drawing tonight. So again, for full transparency, she's not part of the affiliated club, so she's going to be doing. What are you doing actually?
I have found a spinny wheel. It's fantastic. So I'm going to do it here. When I press start, press spin, it's going to do a random number generator.
Awesome. Okay, so again, so she's doing that. Nettie's not in it, so she's going to be in out the numbers. So there we go. Okay, right. So hopefully everybody who's in the ballot, actually, I know they're not because I got told how many people. I not got told the exact number, but I know roughly how many people are in there when I asked, and they're not all on. So well done, everybody, for missing this. Okay, right. So brilliant. What should we do there? Should we just roll it?
Shall I just spin the wheel?
Yeah, just spin it.
Can I do it? Okay.
Yeah, look.
I don't think it's going to work from the lighting of my light.
Just spin it up. We trust you.
Spin.
One.
It's going.
Turn it like that.
And we have got number 70.
70. She's
Let me
going to check. She's going to check. Who could it be?
list.
How embarrassing if who is it going to be? How embarrassing if it's Ben? Ben, what would you do if it was you? Would you lose your mind?
I'd have to land this 747 first and then do a lap of the living room.
Oh, she's typing. She's typing.
Oh,
Polly Air. Polly Air. Polly Ayre. You are our first winner. You have got a London Marathon place. Just to confirm, Polly Air. Ayre. Actually, I wonder if I can put it in here. I might break the system, by the way. I'm just doing something.
And if you know Polly and you can't see her in the comments, let her know now.
Yeah, if Polly's not listening, I've given it away to somebody else. No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
Okay. I've given it to Ben. Right, okay. Are we ready for our next winner?
Right, let me eliminate that
Drum roll,
one.
please. Drum roll, please.
Are we ready? Drum roll, please. It's spinning.
Who is it? It's Ben's.
Number 29.
Oh, who is it? Who's 29? Who was keen to send in their email really fast? Oh, she's typing.
She's typing.
It's actually, Nettie, I love you, but it's actually more. It's actually better when you're typing because it's like more suspense. Who is it?
It's a long name.
Oh, it's a long name.
I'm checking.
No.
Oh,
she's not going to be happy.
Right. I hope she's listening. You sure, Nettie? Nod.
I'm
Right, Amanda May from Hartford.
Shall I message her?
Yeah, message her. She's probably, I don't know if she's, Amanda, you've just got,
Hartford
she's
chat.
one of our satellite runners from Hartford, Hayden.
Yeah, I know.
That is so good. Oh, that's amazing. I'm going to see her on Tuesday. She's going to be buzzing. Oh, that's brilliant. We just gave away 2 marathon places, people, live on air. Woo! That's awesome. Yeah, you're my hero for coming on and doing this. And I actually think it was better, as much as I love you, actually the suspense on the keyboard's even better.
Same again next year, right?
Oh, man, can you imagine now what those people... So, Chris, right, when you first got your ballot place, what did you think when that came through?
I've got to run.
I've got to run.
I've got to do it.
Oh, no.
I think that was in the magazine days as well.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, back in the day, because it's all different now. You just get a soppy email, innit?
Yeah, I think it just said you're in.
Do you remember the magazine? Oh, that was hard when that used to come. And then you used to hear that people used to get the magazines and you didn't get the magazines, and oh, that was Ben, was you too young for that?
Yes.
Yeah, Hayden, they used to send pigeon out, didn't they, for you?
I was waiting for that.
Was you the first one, Hayden?
If you wanted to do London Marathon back in my day, he just rocked up and done it. Didn't make a difference. No ballots.
What was the magazine? Like, how
behave yourself. You don't know about the magazine?
No.
Oh no.
No.
Like, did they announce? Like, how did they announce
Chris,
it in the magazine?
You either got a magazine that said you're in, or it was like sorry, and then like your jumper if you donated your money. Or
Wow, the sustainability crowd
sorry
must
written
be
on it.
going
How
wild.
bad's that?
Brutal. They didn't do that on the first one, did they, Hayden?
No,
just
rocked up. I actually read a story once. I forgot who it was. I don't know. This guy literally was out having a curry at 3:30 in the morning with his mates, a few beers, and they said to him, "You could run that." And they had this bit of banter, and he went, "You know what? Sod it, I'm going to do it." Turned up there, and he went and run it. Like, at a ridiculous time. He was an athlete, but literally 3:30 in the morning the night before, just turn up next day and run it. Back in them days, do what you want. Now, look at this, ballots and everything else. Too complicated.
It's very complicated. I think they should bring back the magazine. I know sustainability is probably bad, right?
They're crazy.
Stuff, but I just think the suspense of waiting for the postman. You see it you used to see it on Facebook, didn't you? Everyone's like, "Oh, I've got it," and then you go home as the postman been. But now, would it be a DPD driver?
No, yeah, that's the thing. The problem is, if in my area, everyone would know this week, and I'll probably find out next February. My postman comes up once every 3 months. The joke.
Boy, don't go nasty. Hey, Posty will have you next time he sees you.
It's my postman.
Posty will sort you right out.
It's a marathon getting up your driveway, isn't it, Hayden?
Well, to be fair, Hayden actually started a satellite group in his estate. It's so big. That's the problem. They have to fly. Do you remember when Postman Pat on the cartoons got that helicopter? That's what they have to do to Hayden. They fly him in. They fly the mail in, all the fan layers. Hayden, where can they send the fan mail, by the way? longrunshow@gmail.com.
longrunshow@gmail.com. That'll reach everyone, yeah.
Oh, I've got it. Is your sound improved?
I don't know.
No. Right, I'll tell you now, Nettie.
Yes.
Next week, can we get the sound fixed and you come on? Can we try? Because I feel it's like really bad. You can't. I want to talk to Nettie like normal, but I can't because of the sound. So can we try and fix that up for next week? Because I think you'd be awesome on next week's show because it'd be a good one. Right. So yeah, thank you, Nettie. We've got no sound to say thanks. Yeah, bye. But we'll catch up later. Oh, she's an absolute hero. Again, I've been serious for 1 second because she will kill me. Welfare, safeguarding, talk to Nettie, okay? Email in. Yeah, she's there for you, all right, if you're part of the club. So, absolutely legend. So, we've got to sort that out, Hayden. We've got to get Nettie on next week so we can have a chat with her.
Yeah, because talking Chicago, Nettie is going to Chicago.
Thank you for age as well. So, yeah, a lot to talk about there. Okay, all right, we're going to make that happen. Next week. Okay, Chris. Do you do you feel comfortable about your training that starts on January the 1st?
Yeah.
There's not much confidence there.
Yeah, no, it will be fine.
Sure?
Yeah, just gotta get out.
Yeah. So how much running are you doing at the moment? I know you did the Nebworth half the other week.
Since Nebworth, I haven't ran.
So you're not doing any of that base building work?
No, I did Nebworth and life got ahead of me. I just then started focusing on my little girl. Yeah. But then I joined CrossFit at Huntsman. in Hertford. So I started doing a bit of gym work, but then I'm like now trying to think, right, I need to fit gym work in with running work just to have that space for me, like to look after myself. So yeah, New Year. Oh, actually, I'm on a cruise. I'm in the Caribbean. I'm in the Caribbean, so I'm going to be running around the top deck. That might be my
you
first
can do
run.
that on the cruise ships, can't you? You can run around.
Yeah.
Them. Or, they must have a treadmill or something. I actually, be fair, right?
Yeah.
I've actually been, and this is weird. I can't even believe I'm saying this. I've actually been enjoying the treadmill the last couple of weeks. I'm in that sort of base building phase, and the ease in which you can just jump on, get half hour done. It's remarkable, especially when it's peeing down like rain outside, like it has been, or freezing cold, like we did actually on Wednesday night in Broxwell. We nearly had to cancel the session because it was so icy. It was just mental. But the treadmill is I think I'm going to smash the life out of that during the old winter session. I think that's a good shout. Hayden, have you got how many treadmills you got in your gym in your house?
11.
Is that to match every major you've done?
No,
he doesn't even attempt anymore to bat it away.
What's the point?
That's the thing. Chris, if you ever want to go on holiday, Hayden's got a place. He's got several, but he's got a really nice place in Surrey. It's like an estate. It's like a moat and everything. You can jet ski around it. It's great.
Yeah, amazing.
So look, what are you running this weekend? Because you've not been doing any running.
You know what? I haven't. I've been ill. I know it's not an excuse, but I'm going to go back and do Battersea 5K tomorrow, just as a sort of a Christmas, get in the festive mood sort of thing. And then I'm going to have a little bit of downtime because I've been injured for the last sort of like 3 months with my Achilles, but they're actually ready to go, ready for marathon training, which also starts beginning of Jan. And I'm excited. Like I've had a good base, like I went for a really good stage. So I've got a good sort of base there and I'm ready to just hit it from January.
I think Parkrun's coming to Battersea, isn't it? Really soon.
Is it?
Yep, they're starting. That's going to be a new parkrun coming very soon to Battersea Park, and it's going to be a bloody fast one as well.
Hold that thought, Nettie. Try it.
I think
no, it's not. Oh, Nettie, what are we going to do with you? Don't worry. I reckon by the time you get it next week, we'll have you back. Don't worry.
Definitely.
We need you on.
We can get a test run going. That's all good. I'm there next week. Do a few test runs.
Get in early. We'll get you tested. Ben's got the pleasure of me tomorrow for 10 wet miles.
Yeah, I was going to say. I was hoping you weren't going to say what am I running because.
No, I'm running with what's this? Ian's got on the serious. Is there a club welfare front? Is there a link people can follow for this? Ian, best thing to do is email in and we'll connect you up. Okay. Go to 40runs@hotmail.com and we'll connect you up with that. So just come along to that and we'll sort you out on that front. So yeah, we've got 10 miles, haven't we, tomorrow? Wet miles, and including he wants to do the worst park run around this area. Chris, have you ever done Berkeley Park?
Yeah.
See his face. He knows it. Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful.
I've not done it, so
no, you're gonna love it. It's brilliant. Yeah. It's Nettie. Have you? No, can't you, Mike. Jatila, you'd hate it. Hayden, I'd like to see Hayden do it in whatever pair of shoes he's just got his hands on.
I know what ones I'm waiting to get my hands on. I think I've been counting down days, but it's 21 days to go.
Yeah, to his Alpha Fly freezes really. Oh, that's the point, Chris. For all the shoe geeks, what shoes are you going to run London in? What shoes do you wear?
Got the Puma Nitros.
Oh, legend.
Yeah, bright green. No,
they won't be
bright
green.
Orange. Bright orange, fluorescent orange.
They won't be that colour for long.
They're not from Nebworth.
Oh yeah, true. Absolute filth, I suppose, from Nebworth. All right, team. So I think that's probably it. Chris, I just wanted you to again, please, if you can, remind everybody where they can get the information about the charity, please.
Yeah, so they can go to @Sarcoma UK on social media, Instagram, Facebook, and hit them up on Google as well. So much information about how you can help as well, create awareness. Obviously, the more awareness, hopefully, the more people that can survive this. Cool.
And look out for Chris at London.
Yeah, please just shout at me.
Will you be able to come back on between now and London?
Yeah, 100%.
Good boy.
100%.
Give us an update on how your training's going.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think, we've got to give a shout again to Polly and Amanda, our London Marathon runners.
Brilliant.
The 2024 is going to be giving it heat when they get onto the start line. And I think that's probably about it, really. Have I left anything out? I didn't get myself into trouble either tonight, Hayden. Be fair.
You actually behaved very
well.
Yeah, but that's because I got a talking to.
Sabrina will be happy.
Yeah, exactly. That's why, because I was going to go two-footed.
I think, to be fair, the show's just been two-packed. We spoke about ballots, world majors. We've had marathon draws. Chris has told a ridiculously emotional story, his life story. Everything's happened tonight. I've had no chance to moan or be miserable.
That is why this podcast is award-winning, right? This is why we are the biggest running podcast in the world, because we're real people talking about real things.
Wearing real hats.
Hey, listen, there's nothing wrong with my hat. You leave it out. What? I could do the World Hat Majors.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's the new thing. We'll talk about that next week. Okay, people, right. Big shout out to our sponsor, Sketches. Go to sketches.co.uk. Make sure you smash your living daylights out of that. If you've missed any of the 200 episodes we've done, get over to Spotify, Apple, Amazon, or wherever stuff you listen to your podcast on. You can just knock yourself out. All the stuff is on YouTube as well. If you want to sit down and have your cornflakes and watch something really inspiring and entertaining, then you can watch the Ben Parks YouTube. No, you can watch this. You can.
Oh, we were so close.
Oh, so close. And so I'm just trying to find the outro. And that's it, really. We shall see. We're actually going to do a pre-record now for Christmas after this. And then that's going to be coming out in a couple of weeks. We've got a special with Hayden coming out in a couple of weeks as we lead up to Christmas. We shall be back next week with Nettie and a working microphone. And if it's not, I'm going to actually drive to Southend and we're going to set up down there. And that's it, people. Say goodbye. Ben, take us out while I find the thing.
Bye, boys.